Hey YouTube, what is going on? Walt D 1911 here on a beautiful Friday afternoon. The weekend is here and I've decided to go out and load some 45 Colts. So I'm going to take you through that process just a little bit. You've seen my other videos before on reloading, but this I'm just going to kind of show you the end result of how I load my 45 Colts. But before we get into that, you know, the 45 Colt cartridge is the quintessential cowboy load, going back to the 1873 single action army by Colt. So it was known as a cowboy gun. So what I'm going to do is, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the two things that my wife hates the most besides my gun hobby. You ready? Yep, there they are. Aren't they beauties? Those are my rattlesnake skin cowboy boots, along with an Eddie Brothers cowboy hat that I purchased in Tombstone, Arizona. Now you don't get more cowboy than that. Boots are comfortable, they're like wearing slippers. The hat fits me perfect. And my wife absolutely hates them. Last time we went to Arizona, I couldn't even bring my boots with me. Do you know how depressing that is? So anyway, I just wanted to show you it's not so easy being me all the time. So let's get back to doing some reloading. Alright guys, all serious, alright? What we got here is the 45 Colt cartridge. I'm in the process of adding my powder and bullets. I've already gone through the process of resizing my brass and adding my primers. So my next step is going to be to flare the case mouth to accept the new bullet, add my powder charge, and then when I'm done with that, we're going to change out the die and we're going to start seating these bullets. Alright, so basically I do this very simply. I'm going to take one of my cartridges, I'm going to put it into my press, I'm going to bring it all the way up. That flares out the case mouth. Then I'm going to take this contraption here, which is my powder measure, which has already been set for the amount of powder that I want to use for this load. I go into the funnel, give it a little shake. I bring it down. Inside, I don't know if you'll be able to see that, is my powder. And you probably can't. Anyway, my powder's in there, and I always visually check each case just to make sure that it you know, doesn't look like it's a double charge, or it doesn't look like it didn't have a charge at all. I want to make sure that my powder is consistent. Then I'm going to take my 250 grain lead round nose bullet, which is from a company here local, 20 minutes from my home, which I'm going to give them all my reloading business. So, and I'm going to get into that a little bit later in another video. So then basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the bullet on top of the case. Now I've already slightly flared that to accept that bullet, and then it goes into my tray. So we'll finish these off real quick. I'm going to bring these up. I'm going to throw my powder. That's that. And again, I'm just going to keep repeating that process. It's pretty simple. Okay. We'll finish these off real fast because then I want to change the die. And I don't really want to make this video too long. Alright, well, I just also posted a video just the other day called North American Taxidermy. And I got a good friend of mine who's, you know, if you watch the video, he's got a lot of animals mounted, all professionally done by guys out all out west. They were up in Canada. I mean, all those hunts he went on were all guided, and you know, and they cost a fortune. You know, between airfare and customs and trying to pull a permit for a particular animal. You know, it's not easy. So a lot of work went into to getting those animals and actually, you know, having them professionally mounted, and then even getting them back here to New Jersey from, say, British Columbia. You know, it's a big hassle. It's not easy. It's got to be flown into Kennedy Airport. You need an expediter and a customs broker then to release the freight, and then you got to drive up to Kennedy to pick it up. So it's not easy stuff, but I guess it's pretty rewarding in the the end. You know, the end result being pretty rewarding. All right, guys. Well, we're at this point now where I have 100 bullets ready to go. And what we're going to do is going to change out our dye. And you know, I mean, I did a series of reloading videos that, you know, which I thought was pretty good, but you know, this is just a real quick show you how on the 45 Colt. I actually just started loading 45 Colts about 3-4 months ago. I really like the cartridge. It's one of my favorites. It's a soft shooter. It's pretty accurate. It's easy to reload, and it's expensive. If you're purchasing it, it's expensive. All right, well, fellas, what I'm going to do is I bring over my trays. Then I get out this is my final box over here. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the components, put it into my press. This is going to crimp the case and seat the bullet at the proper depth. And there we have the finished product. Almost looks like a Lone Ranger silver bullet, doesn't it? Pretty cool. But these bullets are really nice. Like I said, it's a local guy who casts these, and I'm really gonna do another video at his place, hopefully, and show you how all the casting's done, which I thought would be pretty interesting. So, but anyway, guys, that's how you load the Colt 45. If you have any questions, comments on how to reload, maybe something that you're going to start getting into, don't hesitate to ask me. I'm not a real high-tech guy, as you can see. I use a single-stage press. I don't have a big, huge Dillon machine. I'm cranking out, 500, 600, 700 rounds an hour. That's not the reason why I reload. I do it as a hobby. I do it to supply myself with enough ammunition to shoot on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, and I don't really have the room or capacity at this point to put one of those big Dillon's machine, 650s, or I would love to have one. Absolutely would love to have one, but I just don't have the capacity, the room, or the time to do it. This is more of a hobby for me. I do a little bit at a time. I don't have, thousands and thousands and thousands of rounds sitting around. I'm not a competitive shooter or a cowboy shooter at this point. I just don't have time to dedicate to that, and the amount of practice it would take. So this is basically just for me, a couple of my buddies, and we just go out and have a good time at the range, and we do it safely. So that's it, guys. That's the 45 Colt. Process of reloading. Very simple, easy. Nice silver bullet. Nice. Okay, guys, I'll be talking to you soon. You all take care. I'm out.